Okay guys, Leroy Diesel. Got a Humvee that I'm trying to sell. This is a project that I'm never going to get to and need to pass it along. Right now it's set up as a two-door. I'll show you here in a second. I've got everything. I believe it's everything. It's at least 98% of everything you would need to convert it to a four-door soft top. That's in the back there. I'll show you in a second. This is a 1987 model, I believe. It is road legal. And here in Texas, we have a system that we can put these on the road for 5 years. It's considered a prior military vehicle license, and so I only need to register it every 5 years, which is kind of nice. By the way, I got a brand new camera that I'm working with today, and you guys hopefully can see the difference in the quality of the video now. This is an HD camera, and I'm going to have all kinds of fun trying to figure out the editing, how to compress it so that it won't take me 50 hours to load it to YouTube, all that kind of good stuff. So the engine is your standard naturally aspirated 6.2. It's got a turbo 400, and the transmission does not go into third gear. My plan was I was going to pull this out of here. I'll show you an engine like the one I was planning on putting in here. I sold that engine, but my brother has one exactly like it that I'll show you here, either in this clip or I'll just seam them together and show you in the next one. So my plan was to put a turbo engine in here with a 4L80E, and I have since sold that. So again, this transmission doesn't go into third, but you can drive it in first and second. And so let me show you. This has kind of become a storage hold all too. So they've got some seats for another project, which those are probably just going to hit the dumpster. Unless somebody wants them, you might be able to put them in this thing. So that's what the inside looks like. If you're looking at a Humvee for sale, you already kind of know what's going on here. In the back, I've got, and this again, this was a project that I was in process of accumulating parts for. So in here, I've got brand new upper and lower control arms, like right there, all four corners. So that's 8 upper and lower control arms. That's what's in these boxes. These are brand new NOS parts. Over there, I've got what's known as a Rhino tire carrier. Google that, or again, if you're looking at Humvees and stuff, you probably already know what that is. It's a very cool tire carrier, and it mounts. And underneath all this pile of stuff, here it is right here. You can see the bumper. That'll get mounted on the back. And then all of this pile is the four-door conversion stuff. And these doors basically are new, although when I say new, I mean they've really never been run on a vehicle, but they're probably at least 3 or 4 years old. But again, they're kind of like NOS stuff. So the bumper would mount back here. In one of the other videos, again, I'll be seaming a bunch of these together so that a potential buyer knows exactly what they're getting. This factory brush guard, you know, it goes with it, but I have an aftermarket brush guard as a tubular, really nice, and it would also have the headlight bar, the tubular headlight bar, I mean not headlight, but a light bar that goes from there and it goes across, and you can mount all kinds of high performance lighting on those. Also, while I'm thinking about it, I've always hesitated on even mentioning anything along this line, but it's when people, you know, YouTube creators, people, that's in other words people who make YouTube videos. I'll go around to the passenger side. They always ask you to subscribe and like and share, and I've always hated that. I just got a strange feeling in my gut, you know, for asking people to do that for me. But time has come where I need to ask you guys to do that for me. That's how, when you get monetized on YouTube, that's how they pay you, is the more people that watch your content, as they call it, which is watching your videos, the longer they watch them, the more of the ads that you actually watch, and the more you subscribe, especially when you subscribe. That helps me a lot, because it helps me do future things that I'm trying to come up with, where I can have memberships and clubs and that kind of thing for you guys. And the more subscriptions I get, the more YouTube will let me qualify. So with that said, I need you guys to hit that subscribe button and the like button and share and watch as much of the video as you possibly can. That's the other key thing, is if you watch more and more video, then it tells YouTube that lots of people are interested in these videos. So I'm going to cut it here, and I'll show you the next clip in just a minute. Thanks. Okay, so here is the engine I was just talking about. This is a 6.5 turbo center mount application. This is a very low mile takeout engine. It's probably got less than 8,000 miles on it. And in order to sell these, they had to demill them, which means they had to destroy the engine, which in this case means right here they cut a big slit in the turbo exhaust housing, and technically that qualifies for destroying this engine. So the rest of it's perfectly good. If I was putting this in the Humvee, then you would need a new exhaust housing, which I think I may have one. So that's it. The transmission is not included with it, but you would get the complete engine and all of the accessories on the front here. But this is in addition to the sale of the Humvee and everything else I'm showing you in these videos. This is optional and not included in the sale unless you basically pay for it. So everything that you see here, I think you're good with $4,000. Yeah, my brother's standing here with me. $4,000 will get you this engine, and it's a DB2 mechanically injected, and it's 24 volt, and it has the good 24 volt system on it. Hopefully that's not too much glare, but you see it has the 8 groove serpentine belt system with that alternator generator right there. That's probably $700 by itself. It has the starter, the heavy duty 24 volt starter, which is, I don't know, around another $700 in value just for those two items. So this is a very good value. You have to contact us for pricing. Unless, did I just say the pricing? Yeah, so I'm sorry. So $4,000, and this would be in addition to the sale of the Humvee that I just showed you in the prior clip, along with the rest of the stuff I'm getting ready to show you. So that aside, up here we've got, let's see if I can zoom in there a little bit. Those are brand new. They still got the paper tags on them. Kevlar. They're the Goodyear Kevlar 42-inch tires. These things are monsters, and very good manners on the road for such a huge tire. Back behind there, I believe I've got a spare, but it's not the same diameter. I think it's a smaller. Yeah, you can see it right there. A little smaller diameter, but it'd be good for a spare. Another real nice thing I've got for this is it's down there in the shrink wrap right there. I've got 4 of those. Those are the 12K hubs. That's a serious upgrade. Everybody's looking for that. Very high dollar, at least it was last time when I was trying to find them. Those were well over $4,000 for a set of 4. Right here I've got the doghouse cover that's set up for the turbo application. There's I believe that's the TCM sitting there. I could be wrong about that, but that would be totally military stuff. You probably would be better off buying a standalone transmission controller if you're going to go with a 4L80E. Up here on this shelf, let me zoom back out, along with some Corvette parts you're seeing there in the foreground. Those are not included, but that's I won't bore you, TR6060. In that box is the complete red dot. Complete red dot AC system. That's everything: compressor, evaporator, condenser, every nut and bolt you'll need. Up in the top box is a brand new doghouse cover, which I bought before we bought that engine I just showed you. I actually bought the identical engine to it, and I wound up selling that, but my brother has that other engine I just showed you, and I bought that doghouse cover before we got those engines, which the guy who sold those included these doghouse covers. And I've got one more sitting right there on the ground. So you would actually get 3 doghouse covers. There's a downpipe adapter, or I shouldn't say adapter, but it's a turbo downpipe compared to a naturally aspirated, which won't have a downpipe. So you need that, and I bet you there's probably 2 of those laying around here too, that somebody could have them if I can find it, but you would at least get one to make the setup complete. So I think that's it. Again, we got those Goodyear Kevlars. Am I missing anything? So I'll catch you on the next one, and be sure, like I said in the previous video, to subscribe and like, and to help me make some money on YouTube. Thanks. Bye. Okay, so you might be asking, I just wanted to clarify this, why my brother's selling that engine, is we're going to put it in that truck, but we wound up stumbling onto a P400, and that's what this is. You can see right there, it says P400, just for future, if you guys are looking for one, it'll say P400 right across there. And on the back side also, every P400 is a 506 casting, but every 506 casting is not a P400. So that's what that is. And that center mount turbo I was just telling you about was going to go in this truck. Literally all you would have to do is fabricate a pipe from the turbo outlet to the center mount intake. And also, by the way, my brother just told me that the oil pan would have to be replaced, even if you were putting that in a Humvee. It's damaged, and the exhaust manifolds are missing. Somebody needed a set of exhaust manifolds, and so we sold those because we thought that motor was going to go in this truck, which would require different manifolds anyway. So if you put that in a Humvee, you would need to come up with some exhaust manifolds, and I actually have one of the manifolds. I forget which side it is, but I think it's the passenger side. And so just wanted to mention that. See you on the next clip. Okay, so this is the transfer case that was part of that engine package, but the transmission was used in something else, and we wound up with the spare transfer case. I don't know anything about it other than I'm just going to show you the numbers. You can pause the video and just do your own homework on this, but it's a later model transfer case. Let me zoom in a little. That should be coming out. So anyway, that's part of it if you're interested. Just trying to get some good video of it for you guys. Alright, see you on the next. Okay, so now over here between the shop and the fence, I got the Grille Guard that I was trying to tell you about. This mounts on the front end of the Humvee. That's all this right here. It's really stout brush guard, mounts to the frame, tilts up, and then you can open the hood. Real nice system. If you're looking at Hummers and Humvees, you're probably familiar with how that works. And then here's the light bar, which goes around the windshield, and it's got the PIAA lights on it. Those are probably HID technology in those. I don't remember, but they were very, very bright. And probably want to switch to something a little newer, like the LED light bars or something like that nowadays. But that's also included, and so just showing you that. Okay, now for some of the most exciting stuff that's going along in this Humvee sale. Right here I've got the rarest of the rare wheels. These are actually Hutchinson brand, made by Hutchinson. These are one of 2 sets ever made, and they're serial numbered 1 through 10. These are all serial numbered below that, and I can't remember what serial numbers these have on them, but they are below, I think they're up to 10 and below. So these are ultra rare. The first set, to my understanding, were actually on a crash test, involved in crash test testing, and so those wheels do not even exist anymore. So my understanding is these are literally the only set in existence. I'll take that piece of styrofoam off it. I just kind of got them out of the storage shed here to show them to you. So that's one of them right there. This is the 2-piece Hutchinson wheel, very similar to the Alpha wheel that you see on the Hummers, but these were actually made for Humvees, but they would fit a Hummer no problem also. So it is the 2-piece with the bead lock. Underneath here, I'll show you here in a second, they come with hubcaps. This box has a couple of ball joints in it that would also just go within the cell. And one of these boxes has all the nuts. So it comes with all brand new nuts for all the way around. It has the O-ring. It's a complete deal. This, let me see if I'm zoomed out real quick. No, that was zoomed in. Okay, so this is the hubcap, and I've got 4 of them. I'm going to put the camera down for just a second. Yeah, there's a couple bolts in there that go through and will secure it to the wheel. Alright, so I'm going to put this back on real quick. It only goes on in one direction. There it goes. Okay, so that's what the wheel looks like. And then this hubcap is really cool. You just line up the screws, and then you bolt that down basically. You can also run these with the CTIS, the Central Tire Inflation System. Very, very cool and extremely rare. You'll never see another set of wheels for a Hummer or a Humvee like these. Over there, I've got one of the bead locks out. If you're looking at Hummer and Humvee stuff, you know what this is. It's the bead lock for the wheel that pinches the 2 tire beads up against the rim. And that's the whole function of clamping those bolts down, because in between the beads, right about there, and then down inside there, you clamp the beads of the tire to the rim, and this piece allows you to do that. That's basically like a spacer. It allows you to do that, and then there's an O-ring in there. In this bottom box, I've got the other 3 with the O-ring, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 of these wheels. So it's a complete set. I've actually got another wheel in here. It's another 2-piece, but this is actually alpha of alpha. Well, I'll show you this one in a second. That's a differential, and I got one out there I'll show you. Let me get this out. These things are heavy, even though they're aluminum. Okay, so that's what that one is. If, you know, I'll throw that in with the sale too. These things, by the way, these wheels are probably at least $1,500 a piece. Just a regular alpha wheel like this, but I believe it's a 2005 or 6. I forgot what year, but they're a little bit more desirable. Those wheels by themselves are $1,000 to $1,200, and they're just on many Hummers out there. That wheel I've got priced higher because it's literally one set. That's it. So going on to the next thing, the differentials. These have the ARB locker system in them. Let me get some of that cardboard out of the way. These are brand spanking new differentials. And then I upgraded them by having the ARB air locker system put in them. So what that means is you can be driving down a trail, and when you need to actually turn this into a locker, you just hit the switch and you have full four-wheel drive positively locked in. And so that's what that is. 2 of those brand spanking new, and that's what that box is over there. I showed you just a second ago. And that box is another one identical to it. And I'm out of breath because I've been moving all this stuff and trying to get this big heavy door on this shed opened up. Thing weighs literally 200 pounds. So that to me is very exciting stuff there. Very rare, and you just don't see it because there's only one set. And if I can think of anything else, I'll let you know. As always, be sure to subscribe. I've said that a few times in this video already. I'm going to keep saying it. So subscribe, like, comment, share, all of that helps me out. And I appreciate you all watching my videos. And if you have any questions, put them down in the comments. Check out my website, LeroyDiesel.com. My email is there. You can always shoot me an email. My phone number is there. You can call me. I actually answer the phone 99% of the time. If I'm on the phone with another customer, 98% of the time I'll call you back. I don't always call back, but about 98% of the time I call back if I missed your call. And if you don't get a call back from me, just try back in a few minutes or give me till the next day. I'm trying to set up my tech assistant hours to being 10 o'clock a.m. through 3 o'clock p.m. Central Time. So if you called me after those hours, depending on the way I'm feeling for that day, or if I'm just, you know what I mean, if I'm booked and blowing and going, trying to get stuff out the door, I may not answer the phone. But if you call me between 10 and 3, you got a real good chance of catching me. And then email is actually the best way. So check out the website and you can get all that info. Any questions, let me know. Have a great day. Alrighty, so sorry, one more little clip. I was putting this stuff up, as you can see, some of it's missing. And forgot to tell you, I meant to include that in that last video. So 3 of those rims of the this style that I just showed you with the hubcap and all that good stuff are original, in their original primer, all of that. I got these wheels, and this one only is powder coated black. So that's the only thing. You powder coat the rest of them black or whatever color you want, and you'll be good to go. But just wanted to, you know, divulge that and let that be known that that's the case. So one of those, and then 1, 2, 3, or I'm sorry, 1, 2, 3 of those wheel. I'm sorry, I can't even get my mind straight. So it's one black, and then 1, 2, 3 of the regular colored wheels, and then that box down there is what the bead locks are in. So again, any questions, let me know, and go from there. Have a great day. Bye.